Yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's up? What's up? What's up? Ooh. Got my Messi jersey on. Ooh, it looks good. Ooh. I got this jersey in Thailand. It's a good deal. I'm telling you guys, if you want to get jerseys, you don't need to buy the quote-unquote authentic jersey from the Adidas website or Nike website. It's pretty much all the, same thing. It gets the job done. That's the job done. I heard, though, that after 5 or 6 months, it's not going to look too good. We'll worry about that in 5 or 6 months. Made in Thailand? I don't know where it was made. Probably in Pakistan. Some kid missing his finger. Did you wash it? Yeah, but I don't use the dryer. That's pretty much I feel like the killer of something like this. Jerseys feel nice in hot weather. Well, that's what they're meant for. This is jerseys, I never found jerseys comfortable. Like, I can't really sleep in a jersey. It's polyester, Is Fig cracking? Homie, I haven't been a Fig in years. Jesus. I posted on Instagram saying if you haven't subscribed to my live streaming channel, this channel, please subscribe. Show Live. Not only did nobody subscribe, 2 people unsubscribed. So God bless. Thank you. What an amazing start to this day. Bro, you won't believe it. Yesterday I had eggs and I threw up again. I literally threw up again. My friend called me. He's like, yo, let's go to the gym. I go to the gym by myself. I don't really have anyone spotting me. So I was like, perfect. Let's go. Let's bench. And I had to eat something real quick before I went. So I ate eggs. And then, dude, I feel like I'm like allergic. I don't know what I am. After that food poisoning incident, like I can't eat eggs anymore. I literally threw up outside of the gym. You're still using Kick? Like I said, bro, I'm going to do this for a little while. And then if it works out, there are certain... I'm just going to do this for like another month. And then depending on how it goes. The number one thing you need when you stream is actual viewers, actual people watching you, or else it's pretty much pointless. It's very difficult to just talk to the camera by yourself, especially if you're not playing video games or anything. And getting people to actually go on Kick, it's just easier on YouTube. I'd be lying if I said, all plane tickets for the next couple of months are insanely expensive. To where? Just in general? I have noticed that, though, that all the plane tickets seem to be going up in price like crazy. TJ better than Thailand. That's not controversial. Am I going to get GTA 6 on release? Psh, that's the question of the year, my friend. That's the question of the year. You tell me, should I do it? GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game, the biggest thing in entertainment history. It's going to be bigger than Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, any TV show. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. Bro, a new streamer can get famous overnight if you hire the right clippers. It's all clippers doing the work. True. Or the other way can go around. If you want to blow up your TikTok very easily, just become a clipper. I don't believe those guys say they pay their clippers $10,000 a month. Maybe they do. Maybe they pay them, but like, it's one of the things where they just, What's the plan for your next Patio trip? Trying anything new? We're going to try to do... Let's just put it this way. We're going to try to do multiple Goombas at the same time. We're going to make that the ultimate mission. Listen, my last Patio trip, I fell in love. Osho fell in love. And I ended up spending a little too much time with a specific Goomba. And that kind of occupied my trip in ways that I wasn't really expecting. And so now we're going to have to... this next trip is going to have to be more... Let's just say Genghis Khan. We're going to have to unleash the Khan in us. You're craving Thai food? I can't. That's like one of the nightmares I'm trying to comprehend right now. Is like, what do I do with the food? Laguna Beach over Newport. Maybe? I feel like every time you go, you say you messed up. Nothing's been perfect. Every time, every trip, there's something that messes it up. But it's always because there's a Goomba that comes to my room and doesn't leave. That happens every trip. I'm not even kidding. The last trip, there was this Goomba that would literally just show up to my hotel room without me even asking, and she'd just come right in, and it would like kind of mess things up. These girls get very jealous, if you want to put it that way. They get very jealous, and like if you even tell them that you're talking to. Somebody drove right by. Redondo Beach over Laguna Beach. I don't even know where that is. It's crazy how they get like that. Thailand is the best. No, Tijuana is the best. I mean, you guys let me know from where you guys been. Tijuana, Thailand, Sosua. I can't even believe I'm putting Sissu in there. Sissu is pathetic. Again, I got two theories. One, the people who like Sosua. One, you just live in New York, New Jersey, and it's like super easy to go there. It's like $100 for a plane ticket. It's just convenient. That's number one. Number two, that's the place that you started off with. That's like their home ground, right? Something I noticed when I went to Sissu is that there's a lot of, I don't know how the word for it, but there's a lot of people who like know each other pretty much. There's a huge community based around it. It's not even just for the Goombas. It's like people recognize each other. They're always dabbing each other up. I heard this one guy say, "Man, I remember this kid when he was just this tall." And I was thinking, dang, so these guys have been going here since like 10 years ago and they're still here. You know what I'm saying? Those kids that are always begging on the street. He recognized that kid from 10 years ago. So it's like, God. I have soldiers on the ground, right, that messaged me on my Instagram. And like one of these guys was telling me what Sosua was like. And it just reminded me why I hated that trip so much. Did you watch the managing guide? Yeah, I've seen it. Tijuana is fun. It's not just HK. I mean, for me, Tijuana starts and ends with HK, my friend. I hate to sound ignorant, but that's all Tijuana is. What's up, Gabriel? Hey, this guy said to like it, not me. Are the Sosua videos deceiving? It's not really how it is, homie. Chill Tropic, that's 1,000,000% what it is. And I want to make a video on Osho Adventures comparing the two. And one of my biggest things about Sosua is that it is like the definition of, these are highlight reels. These are literally like, it's the definition of highlight reels. That's what Sosua is. It's so like, again, I always tell people don't underestimate the power of video, but then also like, try to be, it's so difficult. The only thing you can do is go there. Just go to the place. Then you find out whether you like it or not. Like, I don't want to hate Sosua. Bro, I was praying that Sosua would be my new battleground because making that Thailand trip it's hard. Like, flying 10,000 miles around the world, I was praying to the lords that Sosua, and also Sosua is very safe. You know, it's not like Colombia where you're going to come across psychopaths, but I wanted Sosua to be amazing. It was horrible. It was horrible. It's the definition of just being a highlight reel TikTok. It's like Ronaldo fans when it comes to TikTok. They watch these really cool highlights and they think Ronaldo's better than Messi, but it's like, dude, you have to watch the full 90 minutes to understand that there's so much more to Messi's game than Ronaldo's. Exact same thing with Thailand. There's so much more to Patio than DR. You're just going to hear the same, but the girls in DR have big blung blungs. It's like, yes, they do. But dude, when I was in, let me put it in perspective. When I was in Thailand, after the 30th day, I was crying that I was leaving. I was like, no, I don't want to go to the airport. I don't want to leave. After my 5th day in Sosua, homie, I was counting down the days. Let me out of this place right now. I just kept telling myself, oh, show, there's just 5 more days. There's just 4 more days. There's just 3 more days. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, bro, are so unbelievably boring, are so unbelievably slow. It's just, I just blows my mind. I was like talking to the dudes, like, how do you guys like this? And a lot of them have never even been to Thailand. They've never even been to Colombia or you know, Tijuana. So like a lot of these guys like were like, what are you talking about? This is fun. It's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about. This sucks. So she was like a 4-hour flight to me. Shake my head. I'm always second guessing. Bro, you should go if you've never been. I'm not saying don't go. Maybe you like it. Dude, different people look at things differently. It's just, it blows my mind how slow it is. Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, Fridays and Saturdays, I guess, are relatively good. And keep in mind, I went a week before the Super Bowl finals, so it's not like I went on a irrelevant day, you know? So when are you going to Medellin after the guide broke it down simply? Palace, I've seen that video, and I've seen millions of videos for a very long time now. Medellin is not, like, Medellin will happen, but just not right now. 15 hours to dangerous Brazil from LAX. Thailand is safer and everything looks closer and more well put together. Thailand is just the best place in the world, especially if you're a beginner. But, like, again, I've been saying, you only have so much time, so much money to spend in this world. I'm just going to go all out with the winner. And how lucky am I to live in Tijuana? Because, again, Tijuana is still amazing. Bro, will you ever go to Costa Rica, hotel, casino, for a change of scenery? It's not the cheapest, though. That's the problem. I've seen the videos. It looks amazing. Again, and that's a place I'm surprised no one ever really brings up, is Costa Rica. Costa Rica might be the truth, but I saw the prices. The beach is so ugly. It's one of the ugliest beaches I've ever seen in my life. But it's cool. It's just, you have to spend $30 for a piece of pizza. People have been saying the quality of Patio has been going down since COVID. People have been saying the quality of everywhere has been going down since every time. And to be honest with you, now that, again, every year that goes by, I have more and more things to look back on. And I feel like it is maybe a little true when it comes to, like, Tijuana, for example. Because I remember TJ, there was 3 or 4, like, or there was a lot more killers than there were now, The last time I went, there was not nearly as many. There was like, dude, there were some girls in TJ that, like, I couldn't believe what I was looking at. But, I'd imagine Sissu to be like TJ Street Goombas. No effort. Let's say that, it was definitely one of the most, it wasn't bad. It was just, once you go to a place like Thailand or Tijuana, your standards go up. And it's like, as far as, like, what you expect out of the experience. And it was very basic. I could just put it that way. Do I boogie board? It's been a long time. The only beach that I go to, bro, is in Newport Beach. It's called The Wedge. And the Wedge has the craziest waves. But you have to kind of not necessarily know what you're doing, but you got to be careful. And I don't trust myself anymore to get in that water. It's a little intense. I did bodyboard, though. You just use your body, you go in there. I wasn't very good at it, though. I'd always get wiped out pretty much every single time. Puerto Rico. Dude, I don't know anything about Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico would be cool. But Sosua is just unbelievably pathetic. HK is always full of yeah, it is, of course. But I'm just talking about, like, the killers. I'm talking about, like, the ones that are, like, so insane. It's like, holy, oh my God. You're always gonna have 1 or 2 in there, but. And another thing too, after going to Tijuana for so many years, and, like, you see the same girls that were there since 2020, it just makes my body feel a little weird, Like, dang, you're still here? I'm trying to crunch the numbers, like, how many Kikawangas have been in you? How many Woom Wooms? What do you guys think about this jersey? Argentina's gonna win the Copa America? Yes or no? Oh, man. I boiled my water before I drink this stuff now, bro. I'm telling you. That food poisoning was so traumatizing, and it's ruins my experience with eggs. I literally can never eat eggs again. I'm so disappointed. I literally had 2 eggs yesterday, and I'm going to the gym, and I'm telling my friend, like, bro, I feel nauseous right now. I feel so sick, and then we go outside, and it's go all over the bushes. What's the age gap of the HK Goombas? I don't really know. I never really asked, bro. But you could probably get all ages. If you hadn't been to Thailand before Sosua, would you still feel it was whack? No. Because, again, bro, let me tell you something. Here's proof. This is my evidence. I used to think Figueroa was amazing. People would type, when I first started Ona Osho, my original channel in 2019, you know how many comments I would get? Why don't you go to Tijuana? And I would laugh at these comments. What are you talking about? Why would I go to Tijuana? Like, why would I go to Mexico for this stuff? I could just go to Fig. Fig is amazing. Then you go to Tijuana, and it's like, oh my Lord in heaven, have mercy on my soul. What was I thinking? You know? So that's what I'm basing it off of. Because for years, I mean, since I was a kid, bro. Dude, let me tell you guys something. I've been doing this stuff since I was 16. You understand? Literally what I would do is it would be like 12 a.m., right? My parents are asleep. I'd go to my dad's wallet. I'd take out like 20 bucks. I'd go to my mom's purse. I'd take out like 40 bucks. I'd have some money in my Bank of America. Keep in mind, when I was in high school, it was way cheaper anyways. Then I would sneak out. I would sneak out of the back, you know, because the door in my home was like really loud. I'd go, every time I opened the door, so I'd sneak out from the backyard. I'd get in a car. I just got my driver's license around this time, and I would go to these places. And at the time, dude, when I was 16, like, that's all I knew. Could you imagine being 16 and then going to a HK? Yeah, exactly. 19 to 40, but that's like the age of everywhere, anywhere, you know? That's why it's like, there's no point of you asking. But yeah, if you're still in the game past 40, my Lord, you need a husband. You need to get married. HK prices are insane. 120 is the most. I'm telling you guys right now, if you want the best advice, when you go up to the Goomba and HK, just say, I'll give you 120 right now. Let's go. Just say, let's go right now. If you give them that rush, they'll do it more. It's like more likely. You were 18 when you first went to HK. Yeah, I don't know. I was in my early 20s, but if you're a teenager and you go to Hong Kong, Tijuana, that would literally, like, I couldn't even comprehend. That would melt my brain, bro. I have more like self-control now, and like I get it, but my Lord in heaven. What, HK cuts from the girls? I don't think they get it cut. HK, how they make their money, a lot of the times they want the girls, they have like quotas as far as like the amount of drinks they have to sell, which I've literally never done. I've done it like once, I think. Like, I bought a girl a drink, or twice. I've never been into buying girls drinks and like talking. I need to blow my nose. No, I've bought a drink from HK, bro. I'm saying I never bought like a girl a drink. I've definitely bought a beer before. Even though it's like the portion size there is pathetic. And all Tijuana has are Tecates. They don't have any Coronas or anything else. I think Tecate is like the Tijuana brand. I'm not sure how that works, but... And of course, the prices of the cervezas are going up as well. Everything, bro. Everything. Whereas, another thing about Thailand, all the prices have stayed the same, even since 2020. In fact, I feel like the way the currency is going, with the baht currency, it's going down even more. So you're going to get an even better deal. If there's ever been a time to go to Thailand, it's right now. Whereas, like, the dollar, it's like so much inflation, it doesn't, you know... I can't wait, bro, to go back to Thailand. Seriously. Gas shortages. I don't know anything about that. What I do know is that the Tijuana United States border is like literally the most busy border in all of the world, which is pretty crazy to think about. Dude, that's another thing too. You got to watch out when it comes to like coming back, you know? Like on a weekday, if you get back too late, you're going to have to sit in line. It blows my mind how there's not like more effective ways of getting people across the border quicker, you know? You've never been to Patio, only Bangkok. I mean, I've never really even been to Bangkok, only Patio. Besides like getting dropped off at the border or at the airport. Every single time I just go right to the taxi. I'm like, get me out of here. The weather's gross there anyways. Your Century car lets you fly right by. That's true. Last time I had to cut in line or else I would have missed my flight. Yeah. Do you buy a new SIM card? No, bro. Depending on your carrier here in the United States, SIM cards don't really work. You just need to call your carrier, say I'm going to be gone for a month. SIM cards do not work. It's a waste. And like all my text messages were green for like a long time. I have like a countdown of like the amount of days I have until I get to go to Thailand next. Have you ever been in a beef? Have you ever been in a gang and do you have unsquashed beef with ops? Homie, do I look like the kind of guy who's been in a gang? Message is retracted. Say this, you just removed that message right when I read that out, huh? Bangkok 2 hours from Pattaya, yeah. Like 1.5 hours, 2 hours. Angels Yankees game, homie. I can give two weenies about baseball. Baseball, bro. That's not even a sport. If you could smoke cigs and drink beers in the dugout while your boys are playing and they get out there and play, you're not playing a sport. So boring, bro. Even going, if you can go to the stadium and fall asleep, that's when you know your sport is pathetic. And baseball's the I can't even, it blows my mind that baseball's even a thing. Deadpool movie's about to be lit. I don't care about Deadpool. I've never been into Deadpool. The only superhero movies I like is The Dark Knight, bro. I don't care about Superman and Spider-Man too. But I haven't seen any of the new Spider-Mans. Baseball more technical than any other sport. Don't at me. That is so unbelievably delusional. That's like, that is crazy, bro, that you would even think that. That is unbelievable that you'd even think that. The only hard part about baseball is the throwing the ball part. And I guess, yeah, being a batter is hard. But, like, at the end of the day, you're still doing the same kind of movement over and over again. It's like bowling. Like, bowling doesn't take any skill. You're just, like, dude, please. Please, bro. You just have to throw a ball fast enough and you're good. Those guys all have beer bellies. Like, dude, please. No, it's not. It's not. Basketball, soccer are way above that. Don't even get me started on soccer. Just think about the idea of soccer. How many variables there are. How many different things you have to do. Dude, baseball, please, bro. Please. Fundamentally, soccer is, but you're delusional. There's not even a point of even responding to you. Fundamentally. You're talking about a sport that every single country in the world plays. You're talking about a sport like... No, bro. Baseball starts and ends with, could you throw the ball fast enough? Soccer is, you need to have conditioning. You need to have an amazing first touch. You need to know how to shoot from both feet, outside of the foot, inside of the foot. Different angles. You don't know how to cross, pass, dribble. Soccer's boring too. Soccer could be boring, for sure. But the World Cup final has more viewership than, like, the past 10 baseball finals combined. Okay? Like, don't even compare it. The only good part about baseball is Southern Cali Goombas at the stadiums. Yeah, you go to a Dodgers game, you got a bunch of BBL Goombas walking around, you know, pretending they care. They have their $15 beers, their Dodger Cup beers. Baseball is such a mind-numbingly dumb sport. It's like, it's so brain dead. I'm not saying it doesn't take skill to throw a baseball. There's a lot of, like, how they place their fingers and all that. It's like, yeah, it's cool, but, like, that's easier than hitting a baseball. All athletes, you could just bunt the baseball. You could literally just keep your bat out and just be fast. Dude, no, don't compare baseball. You're delusional. You're just delusional. Literally, like, that's the only way I could put it to you. You're delusional. Baseball, you could literally start off playing in high school and you can make it pro if you wanted to. Soccer, if you don't start playing by the age of 6, you won't even make college, let alone become a pro. Soccer, and by the way, you're competing against the world. People in Korea, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Germany, Poland, Spain, France, Italy, every single country in the world, Iran, every country in the world has kids growing up wanting to play soccer. You're competing against everybody. Baseball, maybe some guys in Japan, and then the rest in America, maybe in Dominican Republic. Besides that, nobody cares about baseball. Not delusional spinning facts. You're delusional. Delusional is people who, like, think they're spinning facts, but they don't have the brain power to comprehend what they're really saying. Just look at baseball as a sport. You're throwing a ball. That's it. And then you gotta catch the ball. Like, yeah, besides the throwing and the batter, there's nothing else. Soccer, just the conditioning needed in soccer is too much. Not saying baseball's more popular. You don't need to say that. No, everybody knows baseball's not even close to being as relevant as soccer. It's irrelevant. In the great, nobody knows any baseball player in the world. Nobody knows besides Barry Bonds and fucking whatever the Yankees dude was. It's the definition of a dumb sport, bro. Soccer, you just kick a ball. You do a lot when you kick it. No. Left foot, right foot, inside of the foot, outside of the butt, shooting it from 18 yards out, 50 yards out, at the goal. Your positioning. You need to have IQ. You need to know where to be at the right place at the right time. There's a famous saying in soccer: the ball moves faster. No matter how fast you run, the ball always moves faster. You need to have crazy IQ. You need to have an amazing first touch. When someone drills a pass at you, you have to touch the ball. You have to land it. You have to have the perfect touch. Boom, land it at the right place at the right time. You need to have amazing conditioning. Baseball, you don't need to have conditioning. You literally don't need to run in it. How often do you run in baseball? Bro, do you know the average football game? Do you know how much they run? Do you know how long an average football game is? 12 minutes. Think about that. The average football game is 12 minutes long. Soccer is 2 45-minute halves of running back and forth a 100-yard field. Baseball's not more technical, bro. It's not. Okay, whatever. We're done talking about this. The title of this video is Tijuana versus Colombia versus whatever. Now we're talking about baseball. Anyone that thinks baseball is more technical than anything is... It's not even more technical than basketball, bro. It's not even more technical than basketball. Basketball takes 100 times more skill than baseball. Baseball takes no skill. Baseball, you just got to be big and know how to throw a ball really fast. That's it. The only football's not even hard either, bro. Football, I'm not saying football. At least football players have to be athletic. Baseball, you don't even need to be athletic. You could be, dude. Those guys have beer bellies, but football doesn't take any skill, bro. Again, you're talking about a sport where people start playing in high school. That ends the debate right there. In soccer, if you don't start playing by 6, it's too late. You are done. They're gonna destroy you when you get in there. They're gonna destroy you. They're gonna pimp you out. Maybe you could be a goalkeeper and start off at 14. Maybe. Because goalkeeping is a little different. But as a soccer player, if you don't start by 6 years old, it's done. Same thing with like jiu-jitsu and like martial arts and stuff. If you're going up against a kid who's been doing it for 10 years, you are done. Baseball, I'm telling you right now, if you train hard enough for 3 months and you're big enough and you're strong enough and you get the technique down, you could throw a baseball pretty fast. Dude, if you could throw a baseball 90 miles per hour, you're a pro. That's it. That's literally the only requirement. Soccer, bro, it doesn't matter if you could run 100 yards in under 11 seconds. It doesn't matter if you have an amazing shot. You need to have everything. You need to have the whole thing. I call it football, not soccer. Fine. If Luke the Penguin almost went pro in baseball, that's it. It's done. That says everything about it right there. Luke, an actual Penguin almost became pro at baseball. It's done. Boxing is the most difficult sport skill-wise. See, you know what? That is true, but riddle me this. Deontay Wilder, the black dude. The guy started boxing at 20 years old. 20 years old, and he became pro? Does boxing really take that much skill? I'll tell you what, heavyweights don't take as much skill. Hey, when it comes to skill in boxing, it's the lower, whatever the 150-pound to 170-pound division is. Yeah, but boxing is so unbelievably boring. It's like one of the most trash sports ever in the world to watch. It's only fun if you have like incentive to watch the fighter. Osho is the first time sounds knowledgeable about soccer. Good. It's not trash, but it's not the same. I mean, it's trash. MMA has definitely surpassed it. Jake Paul gets wins. That's all you need to know. I mean, yeah, but those wins have an asterisk on it, right? The first time Jake Paul went up against a real boxer, he lost. Have I ever fought in school? No. I had 2 incidents where I punched somebody in the face, but nothing ever came out of it. I one time punched one of my friends in the face. Because, like, I told you guys this story, right? I was walking, and he kept kicking my heel and, like, making me trip. And I turned around and I tried kicking him in the knee, but, like, he ended up catching my knee. And he just started wailing at me. Like, we just got in a fight randomly. She started wailing at my head. Boom, boom, boom. And I was like, what are you... And his phone fell out of his pocket. And I kicked his phone. I kicked his phone and went sliding across the cronky. And he was like, don't. He was like, don't. Whatever. He said something. And I just went, boom. And I punched him right here, right in the forehead. And then all this blood started coming off. And all his blood went on my arm. And I literally had a parent-teacher conference thing, like 45 minutes after. And I remember, like, I tried washing the blood off my hand. And it was like, I had dry blood. I'd rather watch pro wrestling where they love their fans. Wrestling is boring, bro. Wrestling is boring. Watching jiu-jitsu, most sports are boring. But that's what, dude, I'm telling you, though, soccer is different. Soccer is different. If you go to a stadium, you don't need to be a fan of the sport. The atmosphere is so crazy. Was he Persian? No, he was a white kid. I'm still friends with him, but at that, we were in high school. Every guy at some point in their life gets in a fight, right, with somebody, which is a huge case for MMA because that's like the most relatable sport, you know. You want to go to an El Clasico match one day, dude? I thank the Lords. I had the privilege of going in 2014. August something. I went to a Real Madrid Barcelona game, and it was, again, these baseball kids, like, you want to see an atmosphere, go to the Clasico. 500 million people watched that game that I saw. Unfortunately, Real Madrid won 3-1, but I saw Messi, Ronaldo, I saw Neymar. I saw the very first game of Messi, Neymar, Suarez. I saw Iniesta, I saw Modric, Rakitic, Dani Alves. I mean, dude, the whole lineup. I saw the most insane lineup ever in soccer history. Like, literally. I saw Bale. But I'm telling you guys something right now. I can't even tell you how fast the game went. Like this. 45-minute halves, done. And I remember when the game ended, I was like, that was it? That's it? I did all that, like, all that anticipation for that? It hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Baseball, okay, I get that, though, but it's just not more. It's just not. You're talking about guys who are standing out in the base, like, sitting there all game waiting to catch a ball and eventually throw it. There's only two positions in baseball that take skill, and that's the pitcher and the batter. And even then, you're talking about a movement where you're pretty much doing the same exact movement every single time. Both when it comes to pitching, both when it comes to batting. Whereas soccer, there's so many variables to consider. There's so many variables. And on top of all those variables, you need to have the conditioning. You need to have the IQ. Your positioning matters. There's so many things you need to do, right? Can I get you a Ronaldo jersey? I literally would never wear it, so you're wasting your money. Was it at the Bernabeu? It was at the Bernabeu. It was in Madrid. I saw 3 games, bro. I saw Barcelona versus Ajax. I saw Atletico Madrid versus Malmo, those were 2 Champions League group stage games. And then I saw the Clasico. Stop trying to argue with Americans about things that happen in the rest of the world. I'm just, what else am I supposed to talk about, bro? You try live streaming and talking. It's hard to talk about things. Baseball is a fun sport. I'm not saying it's not fun. You could definitely have fun playing it. I tried getting into it when I was a kid. I hated it. Spain's good for Goombas? I bet. Bro, go look up any soccer player's wife that's from Spain. They're all, like, supermodels. Australian football? What would be interesting is getting a rugby player to go play football. That would be interesting. My biggest argument for soccer, bro, is just the fact that you have to start off at a young age. And you're going up against the most people in the world. Just based off that, it's like, it takes the most skill. If you don't start at 6 years old, 7 years old, it's done. It's too late. You'll never be good enough to play. It's literally impossible. Osha, I've been to Brazil and Colombia. I'm going to go back to both. Let's roll. Hey, bro, if you could add me on Instagram, only Osha, and show me some Brazil videos and give me a little guide, I'd appreciate that, because the YouTube it's just such an interesting, weird thing where like YouTube has like almost no information on Brazil. One is from Wales, trying out from an American football team. That's literally most sports though. No, you could, dude. Most people who play football start off in high school. Most. Deontay Wilder started boxing, bro. John Jones in the UFC started MMA when he was 20. What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name on the Miami on the Chicago Bulls? The crazy dude. I know his name. I'm forgetting it right now. Dennis Rodman, bro. He started playing basketball when he was 20. The only position in soccer I've ever heard where someone started off in high school is being a goalkeeper. But still, being a goalkeeper, you need to be athletic. You still need to be, you know. I don't have IG or social media. Gets you caught up. That's true. God bless you. Where did you hear that? You go on Google. And where did I hear what specifically? John Jones? Or Dennis Rodman? Dennis Rodman talked about how he had his growth spurt really late in life. Like he became like six, like he went from like 5 to 11 to like 6, 7 and like from like 18 to 20 or something. Then that's when he started playing basketball. Soccer, you're never gonna find a story about that. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to go pro in soccer if you don't start off young. Most football players start in high school. What are you talking about? That, bro, they do. They literally do. Football literally comes down to one thing. It's your genetics. That's it. I'm not saying football players aren't amazing athletes. They are. Bro, if football players dedicated their time to playing soccer at a young age, a lot of them would probably do very well. Like, dude, Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham was on the U.S. national team when he was 14. But there's a reason why he went to football instead of soccer, because he knows that he had no chance playing soccer. There's zero chance. Like, you're going up against too many people. But football is just all about athleticism. There's no like IQ or anything involved with that. There's no skill involved, really. Maybe a quarterback does take some skill, but I'm not saying these sports don't take any skill, but I'm saying soccer takes noticeably more skill than any of those sports. 100%. There's no debate. Again, you're talking about the most popular sport in the world. Colombia, Brazil, Italy, Spain. None of those countries care about... of course, they care about other sports. They care about martial arts. They care about basketball. But soccer is the priority for every single one of those countries. You're going up against too many people. Jamie Vardy signed a pro contract. Yes, but Jamie Vardy also was playing his entire life. But he became pro at a very late age. Yes, that's true. But he was still playing. And that's a very rare story. Especially, again, when you're considering how many people are actually playing in the sport. The competition pool for football is nothing. You're just going up against other Americans. There's literally no other country in the world that cares about football. And if they do, they don't have a chance of getting into the NFL because they don't see them. In order to get to the NFL, you pretty much need to play in college. And to get in college, you pretty much need to play in high school. The GOAT, MJ, didn't start playing until 10th grade? I didn't know that. If that's true, that is disgusting. Oh, show the GOAT. I appreciate that. But yeah. This became a sport debate. That's the problem with titling these live streams. There's no point in titling them anything. Sosua versus Thailand versus Patio. There's no point because the subject never goes to the, you know. What do you guys think though about that video I posted? Do you guys want to have kids? Do you guys want to have kids? It's obvious that the audience I'm asking is gonna say no. So it was really a. Still off the woo-woo. When I was with my friend yesterday, right before I threw up, I actually did smoke a little, but that's it. Europe? Oh, dude, could you imagine the 2026 World Cup? It's gonna be hosted here in America. Could you just imagine if the United States won the World Cup, bro? You want to have my kids? Whoa, hey yo. Could you imagine if the United States, just imagine the United States got to the semifinal of the World Cup. All these baseball football heads, like, you will see what actual, like an earthquake is gonna feel like. Listen. This is what I will say. If an American won the World Cup for the United States, okay, and like was like the MVP of the tournament, I'm not saying they're a better athlete than a Michael Jordan or a Michael Phelps, but you would instantly become a United States legend. Is all I'm gonna say. You would become, you would just catapult to like one of the biggest American legends ever. My bro and sisters have kids and the bloodline's good. I want a kid, but it's not my priority. Yeah, I guess that's different. As long as somebody has it, that's the point of having multiple kids. So in case one of them dies or doesn't have kids, then somebody else could, take the last. All you do is kick a ball in soccer. Oh, that's all you do, right? Yeah, I'm sure. Just the running part of soccer alone makes it harder than all the other sports combined. By the way, the average football game is 12 minutes long. 12 minutes long. Again, let me say this. 12 minutes long. Bro, when I was in high school, we had to do something called the Cooper, where you have to run 2 miles in under 12 minutes. Do you understand? Just our running requirements was longer than an entire football game. Who's the best American soccer player? It blows my mind that I'm even saying this, but it's probably Pulisic, and that just shows how pathetic American soccer is, because Pulisic isn't even like top 40 in the world right now. So, and that's the best American ever. And I'm only basing that off the fact that he won the Champions League as an American. So, no, because Dempsey never won the Champions League. He never got to play in Europe at a high level. He just played in Tottenham. Pulisic has an assist against Real Madrid in a Champions League semifinal. So, yeah, just off that. Yeah, he was good for Tottenham, but Pulisic is just a better player. Donovan never played in Europe. And a lot of it will come off like who has the better American legacy for the U.S. national team. This Copa America is going to be huge. Bro, it's hosted here. You have home advantage, the United States. They don't stand a chance, but oh shit, I bet you're trash at soccer. I wasn't the best, but I never really got into soccer until like I was in high school. And that's like when I really became obsessed with the sport. If I was a player, if I could be any player in the world, I'd be Modric or like Pirlo. I want to be like a midfielder. A Tony Cruz. Which is crazy that he's retiring right now. I played for a team, yeah, but it never really went anywhere. It was just more casual. I never took it seriously like that. So I remember Freddie Adu. Of course I remember Freddie Adu. Donovan played for Everton. He did, but it went nowhere. Whereas Pulisic was a pretty big success. Bro, Pulisic played for Dortmund, Chelsea. Now he's in AC Milan. And he's done very well in all of them. He won the Champions League with Chelsea. And he was a starter in the final. That's done. It's over. I was an all-star in soccer. A kid broke my ankle, so I stopped. Yeah, Freddie Adu is just one of those. It's an unfortunate situation. He was one of those guys that was hyped. You ever break a bone? Let me tell you something. One time when I was a kid, bro, this is what messed up my soccer things a lot. Because when I was a kid, I got angry at my parents. I forgot about what, but I was just mad. And I went in the garage, I started kicking things. And I went up to a box and I kicked it as hard as I could. And there was a safe in this box. I literally kicked the safe as hard as I could with socks on. And that messed up my foot so bad for the next year. And it pretty much killed my motivation to come back to soccer. Because I remember when I came back, I was I couldn't kick the ball right. All my friends were so much better than me. And again, I didn't have proper guidance as to how to get back into sports properly. My parents know nothing about sports. If I had the knowledge I knew now, I feel like I would have much better. But I was a kid. I was 12, 13 at the time. So I literally couldn't play soccer for 2 years. My foot was messed up. I stopped playing for a year because it was hurt so bad. And then I just didn't play for the next year. Who do you think the president... What do you think about your president crashing a helicopter the other day? That's insane. And of course, they put the president in like the most hoopty-doopty ass helicopter you could find. The Bud Light is a goalpost. But yeah, the president dying is pretty crazy. Now, what would be really crazy is if the Ayatollah of Iran died, which is like the quote-unquote supreme leader. They give him like goofy little titles like that. But if that person died in Iran, then it would be a very, very, very... It would be mayhem. That would be insane. I keep saying I'm going to do live streams where I invite people to the stream, but like I haven't really done it at home. Thinking tonight at around 8 p.m. I'm going to try to go live and I'm going to try it there. Ayatollah in sign of God, yeah. Ayatollah is just one of those made-up titles they gave to the guy in like the 70s. The dude in the helicopter, yeah, he was the president. He's not the Ayatollah. That's the president of Iran. The Ayatollah is like the Grand Master. He's like the wizard. They give him like a funny little hat. But yeah, instantly when the helicopter goes down, the first thing you think of is like, what are the conspiracies around it? What if you're in Thailand and World War III starts? God bless. What an amazing timing. I'll just be like, I can't leave. I can't leave right now, guys. There's World War III happening. I guess I'm stuck here. Just become Genghis Khan. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. I'm gonna have 2 Goombas at the same time. I'm gonna do it right this time. You have to find... When it comes to doing multiple at the same time, you need to have friends. They need to be friends, number one. They need to be familiar with each other. They need to be comfortable with each other. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on the hunt. I'm gonna go on the prowl. You wouldn't go to war? No. What are you talking about, bro? Someone need to go die? The Grand Wizard of Iran will rise once again? Hopefully not. You're in Thailand already? Yeah, bro. Here I am in my car with a hoodie on in Thailand. It's so funny. I'm in the airport with my hoodie. I get out of the airplane, and then as soon as I get out of the airport in Thailand, I never wear my hoodie again. It's literally just sitting on top of my like suitcase the entire trip that I'm there. Then I put it back on when I get back in the airplane. There's literally no point of bringing any like pants or like long sleeve shirts. I'll do that for you, Blaze. You ever had any of these Goombas fart when you smash? Happened to me. I've had them queef, which is like when the air builds up inside of the coochie. I've had that happen multiple times. And like they always get so embarrassed. They're like, ooh. They try to explain to me what happened. I'm like, I get it. I don't care. But it's so weird when that happens. I don't know what the science is behind it, really. Something about air building up. Thank you, bro. I'll donate. You know, I was thinking about making a video. You know, like those in the eyes of the angels. You know those commercials, like the kids like begging. I'm thinking about making a GoFundMe where I'm like, do you want to help this poor little boy go to Thailand? And I want to make a GoFundMe and just make like just see if it works. I don't know. People will. I feel like if it's funny enough, people will donate. I want to do that. I'm gonna be like shivering in the shower, like, oh, I just farted. I just let out a good one right now. Oh. Do you ever explore the layover city? 15 hours? That's a good idea, honestly. I might as well since I'm in Korea. Do you ever think you'll just settle down with one girl and stop doing this? I don't know. I don't think I'll ever stop 100%. I do want to have kids, though. And I feel like that'd be a good... But again, I feel like I'm severely underestimating the amount of responsibility it takes to take care of a kid. Like, beyond underestimating. I'm probably to the point where it's delusional. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, actually taking care of a child. Imodium pills? Is that... Dude, I gotta start looking up pills that helps with food poisoning. That's honestly... I saw this one TikTok about this guy saying I'd never travel without bringing one of these. And apparently it's like really good for food poisoning. But I forgot what it was. I saw the video a long time ago. Even AI Osho in Asia. Do you know, it's so crazy. I'm thinking like if my videos stay up long enough and on YouTube and like I die one day, like somebody could easily just make an AI of me and like just keep the show going forever. Having a kid in this generation would be depressing. I mean, everyone always says that, but it's like, bro, you just want to die without any kids? I don't know. Imodium will help. Alright, peace out, sadist. Imodium will help. More than that, it'll get a little crazy. More than one, I mean, dude, if I ever had kids, I'd prefer to have multiple for sure. Don't forget the Cialis. Oh, trust me, bro. I'm already loaded. I'm locked and loaded for that. I land in Thailand at 1:30 p.m., which is really good timing. Sort of. Actually, it's not. It's not really that good of a timing, to be honest. Because I'll be tired and, like, I'm going to try to sleep. If you take more than what's recommended, you'll get, and 2 won't do. Well, God, now you're making me quite an Imodium. Imodium sounds kind of scary. Bring kids to work day for fantasy dream. God. I'll tell you what, though, I definitely prefer a son. If you have a son, if you have a son, Osh, I could see you taking him in TJ when he becomes of age. That's a really interesting thought. If I had a son, like, at what age would I want it? It just depends on what my kid is like as a person. If he's like a nerdy little kid who likes to be to himself, he likes video games and likes drawing, then I'm not going to try to corrupt him like that. But if I could tell he likes partying and likes to have fun, I'll be like, all right, let's go. Be a man. I don't want to corrupt him like that. Do I regret starting off at a young age? No. Because certain circumstances led me to go down that route. I don't blame any kid that wants to do it. But, like, I've had kids message me on Instagram, and I'm just like, this is just wrong. Bro, when I look at pictures of myself when I was in, like, high school, and, like, I don't have a single facial hair on my hair, my face, I'm like, dude, that is literally a child. Literally a child. Driving around Figueroa Street, like, picking these girls up. It blows my mind that that's what I was doing. But I was just so there's so many words you could use to describe it. You could say desperate or whatever, but like I was for so many things, not just for Goombas, but for having fun in general. I feel like I didn't have that much fun when I was in high school, just playing video games all day. I'm like, you know, you watch these FOMO videos and you only live life once videos and like you gotta live your life to the max, you know? And like I'm like, how do you do this? And Figueroa is that way to do it. Do you only like Walking Street? For Goombas and Patio, it's definitely my favorite. But, like, where else do you want to go? You have Walking Street, you have Soy 6, and then you have random bars. Walking Street, you're going to find the baddest ones in there. And the most amazing thing about it, you can walk up and down Walking Street, and you're not going to be a sweaty mess. Because you can go inside the clubs. There's amazing air conditioning. Whereas if you go around Walking Street, you're just sweating. Or if you go in Soy 6, you'll be sweating. It's gross. Unless you go inside the place. And I don't like it when you have 20 girls. Come, handsome man, and like they do that thing with their fingers. They do this. Take tortas, dude. Tortas will always be the funniest word for me. Tortas, bro. Mexican slang is the funniest slang in the world. They got Edgars, they got foods, they got tortas. Edgar will always be peak though. How would you feel if you saw your daughter standing on Fig? I would be devastated, bro. What kind of question is that? What does the finger thing mean? This thing, I think it means I love you. Or like love, something like that. It's like some girl missing her, like 2 of her front teeth going like this. Tortas. I think that's what it means. I'm not exactly sure, bro. When am I going to Thailand? I'm going in a few months. You have any Edgar friends? Unfortunately, bro, I don't. I remember I went to school with a dude. Literally, his name was Edgar. I don't have any Edgar friends though. I haven't been promoted in the Mexican community to being given permission to have such a, you know. You heard they're getting really pushy? I didn't feel that. The actual sandwich? Is that what a torta is? I didn't even know. I thought it was like more of a burrito. Dang. Do you know what I realized, bro? About life? Life is just one giant, at least for my life. So much of my life is just one giant countdown until I die. Like, I'm like, oh, 3 more days until this big soccer game, then 7 more days until the next big soccer game, and then 1 month McGregor fights, and then 3 months I get to go to Thailand. And you're just counting, and every other day in between is just a filler day of like just counting down to that one big day. And then, little do you know, you're already halfway through the year. And we're all dead. We all got this timer right above our heads. Ding, ding, ding. As soon as you come out of the womb, no matter how good you eat, no matter how much you run, your timer's going to come out. And that sucks. So, on that note, guys, I'm going to go because I'm starving. I threw up yesterday and I feel like I don't have as much food in my stomach anymore. But yeah, guys, I got to go. And I'm going to try to go live later today. And I'm going to try to do that thing where I invite multiple people to come on my stream. It's boring, right? Just hearing me talk all day by myself to this camera in my car. So we're going to try to bring other people. I just have to be careful with who I bring on because I don't want anyone saying anything or doing anything stupid on the stream. But